for Fiji, like any other country in the room, I know that you would agree with me that we all have our own challenges. And it is these challenges that has led to the government to create policies. And most importantly, let me assure you that the government has that political will and commitment to tackle this issue, particularly in ensuring a food secure and, of course, a nutrition safe environment for our people as well. A brief background for us in terms of food. We in Fiji, we import a lot of food as well. Our import bill in a year is around Fiji dollars 640 million, which is more than 300 US dollars anyway. We face the challenge of feeding our own people. And then Fiji, of course, is a tourist destination. People from all over the world come here, and of course, they have their own preferences as well, and we have to provide for our guests while here in the country. And perhaps the number of tourists that come into the country every year is almost, or even more, than our own population. We have about 800,000 people, and of course, we have a target to reach 1 million tourists, and we are almost reaching that number as well. So this is the challenge, to feed our own people and, of course, to feed our guests as well. So it's not just about providing food for the sake of providing food, but, of course, it's about making sure that our people are fed with the best and the right food as well. I did mention very briefly in my opening remarks this morning that when Fiji developed its what we call the Food and Nutrition Security Policy, we aim to reduce and make an impact on 3 key areas, particularly on what we call the triple burden of malnutrition, food insecurity, undernutrition, and of course overweight and obesity. Again, I go back in 2014, in continuation with the then MDGs. Fiji was rewarded like Samoa and a few other countries in their achievements towards the MDG goal by reducing hunger before the set target, and building up to 2015 for the SDGs. Fiji came up with its document on agriculture, which we call the 2020 Agriculture Sector Policy Agenda document, which was launched by the Prime Minister to address these issues. It's not only about, I've talked about the need for us to feed our people, but at the same time looking at the food and nutrition security aspect of it as well. The 2020 Agriculture Sector Policy Agenda aims to modernize Fiji's agriculture sector. As you all know, consistent in most Asia-Pacific countries, most of our farmers are smallholder farmers. And for us to produce, to increase production, and of course making sure that we maintain our environments as well, we need to modernize Fiji's agriculture sector. And this involves a lot of things. I will not delve into this. And that led us to the formulation of what we call our strategic development plan. We have conducted a lot of consultations, forums, meetings, workshops, in which we came up with 2 documents. One was the crop strategy and one was the livestock strategy. And of course, these 2 were brought together and were the basis in the formulation of our strategic development plan. And of course, we have also developed, as I've stated, our food and nutrition security policy. What I wish to say that it is a challenge because when it comes to food issues, it's cross-cutting and multi-sectoral. And it's the development of these policies that bring everybody together. But the government is committed and, of course, creating that environment in which we can address these issues. So we are trying our very best, very briefly, in the very limited time that I have, to improve agriculture in Fiji, to feed our people and, of course, give them the best of our local producers, and of course addressing our import levels, and of course increasing our export levels as well. We don't look at ourselves only. We know that there are so many million mouths to be fed in the world. So with the resources that we have, it's not only about Fiji. And of course, even within the region, we know that our small island countries, our neighbors, they also need food. And of course, we have a responsibility to also provide for them. So that is focusing on our export levels as well. We are aligned also to the GAP program, and we have come up with a lot of initiatives. I've talked about our strategies. We're looking at climate smart and sustainable agriculture, the issue of climate change, which is also affecting us seriously, and this affects our food security. Even the introduction of organic, we are working together now with Portcom on organizing a Fiji organic standard so that we can raise the best out of our farmers. The reviewing of our pesticides and chemical legislations, the promotion of the development of resilient crops and agriculture, the promotion and strengthening of farming and backyard gardening for fruits, vegetables, and traditional crops, mainstreaming of food security. We are even targeting schools. We see schools as the best place if we are to address the issues that we face. Even it's been built now into our curriculum as part of our green growth framework. We are starting from the schools so that our children would be able to take this through. It's not only for now, but into the future as well. So we have these policies in place, and we are doing our very best. And again, as I've stated, it's very, very important for us because NCDs in Fiji, it's high. Amputation is almost 1 in every 12 hours. So that is the problem that we face. So we need to provide the best for our people. And again, for this, it's not only about us, it's the partnership that is so important in here as well. We lack capacity, we lack technology, and it is the partnership that is so important. And of course, I look forward to this conference, bringing everybody together, and particularly bringing in your best practices as well. We are starting from the families. We are looking at models. I'll talk about the sufficiency model in Thailand, and this is something that we have seen. Because unfortunately, for some families in Fiji, they are focusing on the economic gains. They are forgetting the food security to start off with. They come with fresh vegetables and fish. They sell everything, and then they go to the shop and get tin stuff. So we are emphasizing it starts with your food security, your family farms, and then you go for the surpluses, then you can sell it and all these things. We are also looking at the Shmuel Nadong model in South Korea. So we want to come up with some randomized custom trials in some areas to address some of these issues. I think I'll stop there for now. Thank you.